Ukraine penetrates Russian frontlines in surprise attack near Kharkiv.
Here's a summary of the article.
The Ukrainian General Staff issued a threat against the bridge linking Crimea to the Russian mainland, writing on Twitter that the weather forecast for the occupied peninsula is very hot. The British Ministry of Defense said there was heavy fighting on 3 fronts in Kherson, Donbas and Kharkiv, and that Russian forces could become overstretched as they tried to respond. Russia's planned main effort is probably an advance on Bakhmut in the Donbas, but commanders face a dilemma of whether to deploy operational reserves to support this offensive, or to defend against continued Ukrainian advances in the south, it said in an intelligence update. Multiple concurrent threats spread across 500 kilometers will test Russia's ability to coordinate operational design and reallocate resources across multiple groupings of forces, it said. Konrad Muzyka of Rochin Consulting, which publishes daily analysis of the war, said Russia had deployed most of its best regular troops to Kherson to face down the Ukrainian offensive there, leaving Wagner and local soldiers from the Luhansk and Donetsk People's Republics, puppet states Russia has established Donbas, to hold the east. He said the information blackout means it is too early to assess the scale of the Kharkiv operation, its objectives, or how dangerous it might prove to the Russians. The further progress of the offensive near Kharkiv is likely to depend on the number of reserves Ukraine is able to commit to it, said Kirill Mikhailov of Conflict Intelligence Team, an open-source investigations group focusing on the Russian army.
This post received a score of 7,900, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Wagner. Yeah. Ukraine, do the world a favor and kill all of them. They are irredeemable monsters and psychopaths who make Blackwater look like the Boy Scouts.
What was Wagner thinking, sending Walcott on that early?
The thing about mercenaries is they always try to walk it in.
The Russian military never fails to amaze me. I mean, don't they have any kind of intelligence? No satellites, no drones, no spies to find out there is a gathering of troops somewhere else they anticipated. Well, let's hope their incompetence ends this war sooner than later.
Their main flaw is that they are waiting until the orders arrive from the very top of the chain of command. Their soldiers aren't trained to use their own brains but to execute orders.
The problem, for Vlad the failure, is the moment his troops use their brains they shoot their officers, grab what they can and run home.
Like a guy who overruns his commander with a tank a few months ago? But I'm not sure if he managed to escape though.
I think they run over his legs and turned him into a toothpaste thingy. Like the pressure from the tank squeezed his insides upward into the rest of his body? That's nasty as F.
Special driving operation.
The quality of Russian troops is also becoming suspect. Combine that with rampant materials shortages and Russia is having a bad time. Still, the Russian military is built on mass mobilization. That would be very scary for Ukraine, but also could spell a quick end to Putin.
Especially with winter around the corner. At best they can target a mass mobilization for early next spring, but they won't be any better on the equipment front. Not unless China starts lending them massive amounts of equipment. Seeing as China is actively side-eyeing Taiwan, I don't think they want to be giving up any sizable quantities of anything really. Especially when overall it will hurt them geopolitically.
Also, I doubt China wants any kind of sanctions to hit them right now. Their economy is in trouble and they are still dealing with mass lockdowns. The last thing they want is for Western countries to turn their ire to them and hurt them even more.
A master campaign of intelligence and misinformation used the media to disclose Ukraine had to be persuaded to limit offensive in the south while all the time it was planned all along to do more. Russian intelligence bought into this and moved troops accordingly.
Good catch. I thought it was odd the USAF were blabbing about this.
Despite the fact that I'm Russian, I wish failure of our army and glad to see such news.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.